So these three groups, the Christians, the Jews, and the Muslims, who settled in the area of Palestine, which had once been Canaan, it became what today we call the current country of Israel. Israel's a really unique country. It was formed historically thousands of years, but it's a very modern political state. And so today, this area here up on the map that's in blue, this I guess light blue color, is what we would call the current state, current political country of Israel. And you'll see the flag down here with the Star of David. It is a modern country, but it was really formulated just within the last 70 years. And that was because modern Israel was created after World War II. So after the Holocaust occurred, where Nazi Germany under the leadership of Adolf Hitler exterminated and killed 6 million Jews in Europe, a lot of Jewish people returned to Palestine. Obviously, there had been Hebrews living there, and Jewish people had been living there for a long time, but a lot of them had left. But after World War II, there was a system of Zionism that was established that brought a lot more Jewish people back to Palestine. And that is where the modern state of Israel was created. So today, Israel is predominantly Jewish. It didn't used to be predominantly Jewish, but it is today. It's about 74% Jewish. But there's also a large Muslim minority as well as a Christian minority and a couple other smaller religious groups that live there. Because Israel is a primarily Jewish state, it is run through, it's had some conflicts with the creation of its country. Obviously, the Palestinian groups had been living there also for thousands of years before the creation of Israel. And so there has been tension and violence between the Jewish people and the Muslim people, as well as historically, even with Christians during the Crusades. So this is an area of the world that sometimes is embattled by the religious groups that all coexist there. Today, the country of Israel is run by a parliament known as the Knesset. It was established at the same time that modern Israel was created, and it is predominantly run through the democracy that exists within Israel today, although not everyone who lives in Palestine or Israel today has the right to vote. So it is, again, it's an area where there is a lot of conflict, and so that's sort of a challenge for this for modern Israel today. But basically what we're going to look at coming up, all right, in another week is going to be our third major group of people who developed in the Fertile Crescent, and that's ancient Egypt. So we started our lesson down here at Ur with the Sumerians, and we made our way up through Babylon and Nineveh, which was the Assyrians up here. And then we just talked about these guys here, the ancient Hebrews who developed Canaan, and then the kingdom of Israel and Palestine, and today modern Egypt. And then next week we will be talking about these people, the ancient Egyptians. And the ancient Egyptians also, this area of the Fertile Crescent with the rivers and obviously the use of the Nile for them. So the ancient Egyptians, more on these guys later, but they were the first people to establish a set of writing, the hieroglyphics, that we'll learn more about next week. So that kind of gives you an idea. We'll make another little video lesson to go along with next week as well. So there's my little high five going out to you for this week and next week. This video lesson should provide you with the answers that you need to do the quiz review handout so that you'll be prepared to take the first and the second quiz, one on Mesopotamia and one on Israel. And this should provide you with what you need between what you read on Odyssey Ware and what I presented to you in our video lesson. Hopefully my virtual high five will get to you. And then next week we're going to dive into the ancient Egyptians a little bit and hopefully find some other things in there that you can find interesting to learn about. So let me know if you guys need anything this week, but this should hopefully get you pointed in the right direction. Take care. Have a good one.